Good day and welcome to Mission Control Houston, where the team of flight controllers is watching over the activities of the Expedition 33 crew aboard the International Space Station. 6 crew members continuing their work and research aboard the orbiting outpost, commanded by Sonny Williams, the other American on orbit now, Kevin Ford, after his recent arrival in late October aboard Soyuz TMA-06M spacecraft. Also on board are Yuri Malenchenko, who has been on with Sonny Williams since their arrival at the complex in July, and Akihiko Hoshide of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, who rode up to the space station with the other 2 crew members. Ford rode up with 2 Russian Federal Space Agency cosmonauts, Oleg Novitsky and Evgeny Tarelkin, and they arrived at the International Space Station on October the 25th and will be there through March of next year. Today's activities aboard the International Space Station are going to focus primarily on preparations of the new 3 crew members for their activities aboard the space station after they depart, after their other 3 crew members depart, and on preparations for the departure of Sonny Williams, Yuri Malenchenko, and Aki Hoshide, which is scheduled for Sunday, November the 18th. Today they're working on maintenance of the waste and hygiene compartment, which is essentially the toilet system on the U.S. operating segment of the space station. There are 2 toilets that are basically the same, one in the Russian segment and one in the U.S. segment. This is some recorded video of Aki Hoshide as he worked through the final steps in replacing a dose pump, which is used to insert a certain amount of pre-treat liquid into the waste that is collected in the toilet, and then that starts the recycling process that eventually results, after a lot of filtering and processing, in the water from the crew waste being used once again as clean drinking water aboard the International Space Station, minimizing the need to send water up to the space station aboard resupply craft, and maximizing the use of the resources aboard the space station. Yesterday, the crew had a little bit of a hiccup at the start of their day as the local area network servers aboard the space station failed, and they have since restored all of those network servers, and they're back to normal working conditions with the computer network of laptops aboard the space station. Those were never critical to the functioning of the space station. They were just used to share files and programs with the laptops that the crew uses for their research and operations throughout the day, and they were able to replace the hard drives yesterday and then reboot the systems with images of the software that were already aboard, and then do a little bit of uptake and make that all work well again. We do have a lot of activity as Kevin Ford gets ready to take command of the International Space Station. He'll be taking over for Sonny Williams, and we have a lot of NASA TV coverage planned in the coming weeks of the departure of Sonny Williams, Expedition 33 commander, and Yuri Malenchenko, the flight engineer and the Soyuz commander, and Aki Hoshide of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. That change of command ceremony is scheduled to be televised live. And we'll be bringing that to you at 1:15 p.m. Central Time on Saturday, November the 17th. And in that ceremony, Kevin Ford will officially take the reins of the International Space Station, and then after Williams, Malenchenko, and Hoshide depart, he and Oleg Novitsky and Yevgeny Tarelkin will be aboard the space station by themselves, and that will be until the arrival of the next 3 crew members going up to the space station arrive there after a launch on December the 19th. Tom Marshburn of NASA, Chris Hadfield of the Canadian Space Agency, and Roman Romanenko of the Russian Federal Space Agency will be launching about 6:12 a.m. Central Time on December 19th and arriving at the space station on December the 21st, just a few days before Christmas, about 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Back to that rundown of all the coverage that's coming up regarding the change of command ceremony and the departure. Of course, the change of command ceremony at 1:15 p.m. Central Time on November 17th on a Saturday. The following day on Sunday at 12:45, we'll have farewell and hatch closure coverage. At 1:10 p.m., we'll have the hatch closure. And then at 4 p.m., we'll begin our undocking coverage. That'll be followed by the planned undocking from the space station of the Soyuz TMA-05M at 4:26 p.m. And then we'll have a slight break until our landing coverage begins at 6:30 p.m. and then landing is set for 7:53 p.m. Central Time as the Soyuz touches down on the steppe of Kazakhstan. We'll have a post-landing video file at 9 a.m. the following day on Monday. We'll include available interviews with the crew. Again, all that coming up as we look for a change of command and change in crew, and look forward to the arrival of the next crew, which will include what will eventually become the first Canadian commander of the International Space Station. Here in Mission Control Houston, Tomas Gonzalez Torres is in charge of the team, working with Clay Anderson as a spacecraft communicator, talking with the crew about the activities going on aboard the space station. And they're working with control centers around the world to make sure that operations aboard the space station continue smoothly. Those command centers in Moscow, Munich, and Tsukuba, Japan, helping to make sure that all of the important research going on aboard the space station continues apace and that the operations run smoothly. This is Mission Control Houston.